But I do want to tell you that this morning I did a Skype conversation with Lisa Sheldon. Do you guys know Lisa Sheldon? Lisa is the executive director of the Destination Wedding and Honeymoon Specialist Association, DWHSA. Have you heard of it? Are any of you members? I we've been in touch for a while, and I said, you know what, Lisa, I need to have you in the experts library. I want to ask you some questions about destination wedding groups, about vow renewal groups, about these kind of romance groups. Would you share your wisdom with us? Would you tell us what you're doing in your organization? And I asked her some really great questions, and I got some really great answers too. So I just finished that recording this morning, and I know that recording worked. I use it on Skype. I have a special app, and I'm going to be posting that in the experts library. So I don't see any other questions. I don't know if anybody has typed in anything yet. I hope it's working okay, that you can still hear me. Oh, okay. Sam, you typed in. I'm going to read it in just a second. But I just wanted you all to know that, I'm really trying to source some really great people, smart people for the Experts Library. And I'm going to you're really going to love my chat with Lisa, because I learned a lot from her about this growing business. I don't know if you are already doing destination wedding groups, and vow renewal groups. I'd be curious to see if you are, but I think that's a great, great, great niche. And I want to read here what Sam has written. Sam, I'm established in the Bay Area now. I want to get new business here in this new town, but I'm particularly wondering of belonging to a chamber of commerce, if it's worth getting involved in. So we're talking specifically about a chamber of commerce. That's a great question. And I want to also open this up for everybody who's in right now. I see Dixie has joined us, I think, for the first time. Welcome, Dixie, to the Ask Stuart Hour. This is great. The community is growing, and I'm so grateful that you're giving me this time to be here, and I want to help. So, I want to ask you all, are any of you members of the Chamber of Commerce? Do you have any experience trying it, staying in, trying it, getting out, or a reason why you're in, a reason why you're not in? I'm curious. If you'd be so kind to go ahead and type in, I want to see what you all have to say. Lorene says, thank you for sharing, Lorene. It is a good idea to start, is it a good idea to start a loyalty club? If so, what would it look like? Okay, that's a new question. That's a great question. I'm going to get to that. I want to take on Sam's question about the Chamber of Commerce. Look, I've never been in a Chamber of Commerce myself. I can only tell you what I have heard from others who have been in, and I can only tell you what my gut feeling is going to be. So let me give you those three answers. I'll start backwards with my gut feeling. My gut feeling about being in a Chamber of Commerce is it's absolutely worth considering, but I would imagine chambers of commerce are different in every community. What I would do if I was you, Sam, is talk to a few people who are in the chamber and don't have an agenda, but you just want to play sort of detective here, and you want to understand, you want to learn about it. Say, hey, what's it like? What do what's the requirements of you to put in? What do you get out of it? What do you think? Who else is in? Get a pulse if you can of, I would imagine you can, of other people who are in, to see, because I would imagine it's a big commitment of time. I really don't know if it's a commitment of money too, or a commitment of time. What opportunities you have, what responsibilities you have, if it is truly a networking organization, or if it's a political organization. Sam, if you find out that it's a really political organization, and there are more matters of community things having to do with laws and regulations and rules, and you don't want to be involved in that, then don't do it. Find another organization. Start another organization to be a part of. Have your own weekly webinar or conference call with local people or people outside the community. Our time is our most valuable resource. You can't replace the minute that just went by. So find out if it's terribly political, or if it's opportunistic, that you're a part of the group. And of course that you want to give. At the end of the day, Sam, do you want to give of your time? Because it can't all be about you. If it's all about you, then nobody's going to get anything out of it from you. So the whole idea, right, is to pay it forward, is to give, give, give. So look at it saying, what can you give, and what might you be able to get out? The second thing I would say is, what was the second thing I would ask you is, ask the people, check it out, see if they're like it. Do some. Oh, the other thing was go to a meeting. Perhaps go to a meeting. Can you sit in on a meeting and get a sample before you make the commitment to go to a Chamber of Commerce meeting? And I'm going to check the board, see if anybody else ever said something. Lena, my chamber has numerous travel agents, so she's not in. The people who are do not get much business from it. So there's one perspective, and Lena, I appreciate you sharing that. I'm going to read it again so Sam hears. My chamber has numerous travel agents, so I am not in it. The people who are do not get much business from it. You see, so maybe that comes down to something you want to do to be a part of a civic organization. So you're not in it necessarily to get much business, but you're there to give. And maybe at the end of the day you'll get something, but it may not be the business. So there's another good perspective. Patty says she thought about the Chamber of Commerce but has not done it yet. So Patty's thought about it but not done it yet. Lena says, but she does attend some of the Chamber's events just to be active in the community. Right? So I think that's awesome, because I really believe that all the business you need you can source locally right there, unless you are a specialist. If you're a very finitely defined, focused specialist, okay, then you may be doing business with people all over the country, all over the world, because you specialize, and there aren't enough people to source locally because you're a specialist. You see? You see, because you could be working with groups, organizations, clubs, and lists that people live all over the country, all over the place, right? Sam says the chamber does not have any travel, so your chamber currently does not. And I know that locally, so here's the deal. Maybe that's because they tried it and they didn't get anything out of it, or maybe you're the first one bold enough to go for it. Maybe this is something new. You'll be a pioneer. You always got to look at it different ways. Either it didn't work, so they fled, or they didn't try it. So you could be the first. It would be interesting to hear. Report back, Sam. I'd like to hear what you do. And Patty adds on that it's the same there where she is in terms of the chamber, and that she's in BNI. I wonder if any of you are in BNI. That's an organization that meets on a regular basis, right? And that it's very specific. It's very well structured. You rotate making presentations, and you rotate also giving leads and referrals. I've heard people. I've actually went to one meeting too. I had a coaching client that I visited in Florida. He took me to his BNI meeting the day he was presenting. It's a really intense organization. There's a lot expected of you, but because there's high expectations of all of you, you all walk away winners. But it's work, because you're expected to give referrals. Is that right, Patty? I'm pretty sure about that. Alina says here that she's working with a wine shop on a wine trip. Oh, so I'm going to go back to that in a second, because I want to go back to the original question that was earlier. This is cool. Lorene, you share something really, really cool, so I want to come back to that too. Let's see who else has joined here. Sharon has joined. Hi, Sharon. You're in the house. Welcome here. So I want to come back and answer Lorene's question. Is it a good idea to start a loyalty club? If so, what would it look like? A loyalty club. That's a great question. When I hear the words loyalty club, I think that it's a club that people have to pay to get into, they have to join, and they will have expectations of getting something out of the club. When I hear a loyalty club, especially in travel, I'm thinking I'm going to get a discount. Now, I'm speaking to you as a consumer and haven't seen these things attempted before. As a consumer, I'm like, all right, you want me to join the club? If it's free, I have low expectations. I don't expect to get much out of it. If I'm paying money to your loyalty club, I expect to get something. And guess what I expect to get? Discounts, deals. And what's the last thing in the world you want to be incumbent upon providing and expected to provide? Discounts and deals. That's what we're here trying to get away from. So am I painting a sort of tarnished picture of how I personally feel about loyalty clubs? Yes. Because I believe there's going to be an expectation, unless Lorene, you've got something real awesome and real special that you can offer. I don't know. But I sure hope it's not going to be a discount or a deal or money back or credits, because you're asking for trouble, I think. Because there's that expectation that every booking you'll have to give that on, right? Does that make sense? So here's what I'd much prefer you do. I much prefer you absolutely, positively, enormously focus on loyalty, but not in a club situation. That's why I wrote my book. I don't know if you could see it. Are You My Travel Agent? It's all about returning abundant loyalty back to your business. I mean, businesses today, I think, they don't even expect loyalty. We don't even believe that there is such thing as loyalty anymore because competition is so fierce. But I'm here to tell you, and this is really the logic of my book. Now listen carefully to this. The logic of my book is that in as much as you as small business owners are craving loyalty, you want customers to be loyal to you, to come back to you. And of course, Lorene, your idea of starting a club is the trigger. If you join my club, you will be loyal to me. Well, good luck with that. Because at the end of the day, they're only going to be loyal to me if you give them the benefits of being in the club, which would have to be discounts and deals. The reason why they should be loyal to you is because you're remarkably great. You're awesome. You're amazing. They wouldn't think of booking ever with somebody else because you're in their pocket. You're on their team. You're in their corner. So here's the big basis of my book. The big basis of my book about returning abundant loyalty to your business is that the consumer wants loyalty from you even more than you want loyalty from them. Take a minute. Let that settle in. Hold on. I'll sip my cold coffee. What I'm trying to say is me, Joe Consumer here, I want you, Lorene, to be loyal to me. Why? Because I have bounced around from agent to agent, and I have yet to find an agent who loves me, an agent who really appreciates my business. Every agent I've dealt with in the past is so quick to take my money and give me phenomenal service to get my credit card. But I never hear from them again. And let me tell you something, Lorene, and I'm having fun here as your client. The minute, you've heard me say this, the minute I give you my credit card and the trip is booked, you're fired. You're fired, Lorene. So don't expect me to come back to you and say, oh, thank you, you were awesome, you were great, because you may have been awesome and great and phenomenal, but that's what you get paid to do, right? I expect you're going to do phenomenal and awesome, but I want you to be loyal to me. Please wish me a wonderful trip right before I leave. Welcome me when I come home. I may be busy and not call you back right away, but leave a voicemail message for me, will you? Show me you love me. So listen, everybody. I'm not a big believer in the loyalty club, but you can think that. But know the truth that every consumer on your list right now wants your loyalty even more than you want their loyalty. You need to earn the loyalty every day. How do you earn the loyalty every day? Not by giving discounts and deals, because they will leave you for $5 if they find it cheaper down the road for $5, and you guys know this. So why would they be loyal to you? Because you're loyal to them. You're in their pocket. You take care of them. You've got them covered. And remember the key things that you can do for your clients, right? You reduce stress and risk. You increase value and convenience. And you add a lot more happy. That's what you do. It's real simple. So I'm your customer, Lorene. If you want me coming back to you for life, if you want me bragging about you to my friends and family, you know what that's called. That's called referral. We mentioned this yesterday. I want to feel your love. I'm going to feel that you really prize me and value me. And I'm going to brag about you and drive those referrals in. So there's my answer. I got a lot of hot wind to share today, folks. I did talking all day yesterday, but I'm just getting going today. So tell me if that helped at all. I just want to see if anybody commented on that here. Let's see here. Thank you. You're very, very welcome, Lorraine. I want to finish up this conversation. Patty says, yes, but it's been very profitable for me. Just booked a group of 125 for a family reunion that's still growing. Got them as a referral from my group. So, Patty, you're referring back. That's awesome, by the way. I'm going to read that again. That's awesome. So, Patty, you're referring to what now? That you were in BNI, right? This is a BNI lead, right? So, BNI has been very profitable for Patty. She just booked a group of 125 for a family reunion that is still growing. That's a heck of a family. I wonder if I'm a part of that family some way, shape, or form. Got that as a referral from my group. That's BNI. Now hang on. I'm going to do a dance. Woo! Woo! That's awesome. That's awesome. Congratulations. You made BNI work for you. I'm sorry. I couldn't wait to do the dance. But Lena says that she really doesn't like BNI. Oh, this is getting feisty. I wish you'd turn on your microphones. She says, I really don't like BNI. I think they're way too expensive. I don't like to have to bring referrals because I think people end up giving referrals that are not always good because they have to. I understand. I also feel pressured to provide friends' names to BNI members whose business I have often not used myself. This is Lena talk, and I appreciate this. I think referrals are much better when they are exchanged because someone wants to give the referral, not because they have to. So that's fascinating. By the way, can you still hear me? Can you still hear me? Because somebody said that that my voice was good. It looks like I'm still on. So that's a fascinating perspective, Lena, and I appreciate you sharing that. It works for Patty. It may work for some, but not for others, and I get that. I totally understand what you're saying, Lee, and I appreciate it. So you know what? There's got to be another group, organization, club that you could join or start your own that you're comfortable with. And that's cool, man. That's totally cool. You want to do things that are inside your comfort zone. That's really cool. All right, so let me go back up here. Alina says that her chamber is... well, no, we got that already. Let's see. Okay, Alina writes here that I'm working with a wine shop on a wine trip to South Africa. Cool. It's a very upscale trip with great value, but it is not a cheap trip. I partially filled the group, but need to book a few more people to fill the group. I need to come up with some good ideas for reaching more prospects for my group. All right, remember, if you're in this position, you never want to be in this position of scrambling to find people to fill your group to get more people. Because remember, you want to start off at the top, at the biggest momentum when you open up for business, so you sell it right away. Get in and get out. You have to do a launch. And I'm working on this launch module for you guys for boot camp. You're going to absolutely love. So now we got a problem. You got people booked, but you need more people. All right, I want you guys to throw out some ideas in the board, but here we go. I'm going to fire some up because we got a very active class today, and I want to get to everyone's comments and questions. All right, here we go, Lena. How do you do it at this point? Number one, you want to make a phone call to everybody who's already booked. You want to thank them. See how excited. Do you have any questions? But really, the ultimate situation that you want to ask for is if they have any friends or family who may want to go. Do you have any friends or family who may want to go? I'm happy to reach out, send them information. So you got to reach out to people who are in the group. Number two, you said this was, it's a wine shop. Okay, who else is on the list at the wine shop? How can you leverage your relationship with the wine shop as your strategic partner? There's got to be ways that they have more lists, okay, that they can promote through social media. They could do at the store, an event. Have an event at the store. So that's number three. Have an event at the store. Number two, use their list. What more can they do? Number three, do a store event. Okay. Have number five. Can you get out a press release? Or four? I don't remember. Who's counting? Can you send out a press release? Okay, saying that and just say there's limited capacity left. You know, bill it that get in now because it's going to sell out. We're almost sold out. Get a press release out. You and the wine shop, blow it out there. Okay. But I really think that to go out and try to get strangers to book into your group who don't know you, who don't know the wine shop, it's going to be really tough unless you find another club, group, association of there's wine clubs everywhere. Meetup groups, meetup.com. Have you ever tried Meetup? Here's another idea. Okay, I do not think you should go spend money on advertising because that's going to destroy your profits if you didn't already build in the advertising budget to do it. Don't scramble. Okay, but I would start there. I hope there was one little thing that resonated with you, help you go get that business. But I really believe that's the thing. And the last thing in the list was to go to other clubs, wine clubs, and see if you can get them interested. Find a whole new database of people. You need a list. You need a list. So you're not going couple at a time. I hope that helps. Lorene says that she joined the Women's Republican Federation that meets monthly, and she ended up being asked to speak at one of my table mates' local women's clubs. See, so by networking at this federation, you met somebody at the table, and you were doing who am I marketing, Lorene? You were saying, oh, this is what I do, blah, blah, blah. You weren't trying to sell anything, but somebody said, hey, Lorene, why don't you come speak at my other organization? It's a local women's club. And that's how it works. The connections, boom, boom, boom. That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Let it inspire everybody on the line here to go sit at a table where you don't know anybody and shake hands. Say, hey, what do you do? Don't try to sell something. Don't give out your business card. Say, give me your cards. Who are you? What do you do? You're not going to say these words, but you're going to find out what their problem is. This person you met, Lorene, at the women's club had a problem. And that problem was they needed a speaker. They needed an expert. And guess what? You were the solution. See, so rather than sitting there trying to give out your cards, call me. No. Maybe I can help. How can I help you? How can I help you? What do you do? What's your problems? You know what? Travel is my expertise. Groups. I wonder, how can I help you? We help each other. It's a beautiful thing. Lorene says, thank you. My pleasure. Please. I need a little Dunkin' Donuts cup that says tips on my desk. Do you have a tip cup? I've always threatened I'm going to put a tip cup on my desk. But the problem is I work from home. So who's going to give me tips? The only tips I get are from my wife. And she says, shh, enough already. Okay, Lena, we got that. Sam says, okay, Sam, we're talking about the loyalty club here. Not a loyalty club, but years ago, I formed the Amador Valley Food and Travel Club. Cool. I like a food club. We got together at a different restaurant once a month where I presented information on different destinations, cruises, promotions, and they shared their travel experiences. So they shared too. We traveled as a group to the Caribbean, Mexico, London, Scotland, and a group size averaged 18 to 22 people. That's awesome. That's inspirational. Listen, everybody. Sam's making it happen. Now, she did this, and she's looking to build it back up again. But she's suggesting not a loyalty club, but years ago she formed a very specific club that had a name. It was a food and travel club. You see, so Lorene, this may be an idea. Instead of calling a loyalty club, maybe it's a wine club. Start your own club around your passion. If you're an expert photographer, if you're a runner, and I'm just saying things that I'm passionate about. I'm a health coach too, so I want to form a club for people who are interested in health and wellness. I've got all things going on this other business front, but don't necessarily call it a loyalty club. Call it a different kind of a club. Find a new affinity. So Lena answered that I'm so right about the loyalty and price. Yeah, right. If you join a loyalty club, there's that expectation. Thank you. Lorene says, great answer. Makes so much sense. My pleasure. I'm glad. Sharon says, good points. Cool. I'm glad it resonated with you, Sharon. And Patty confirmed that she did get that 125 guest group through BNI. Awesome. And everybody can hear me. Okay, so Alina was just saying based on that where she needs to grab a few more people for a group. They've already had events and sent out emails to everyone on the list. All right, now when you say events, okay, events at the store, okay, sent out emails. You know what I think of emails. I don't know if you know what I think of emails. They're used, overused, and abused. So maybe a phone call campaign, honest to goodness phone call campaign. Make 5 calls a day. Split it up with the other people who are working with you. If it's just you, make the 5 calls a day yourself. Leave a message because these days people are afraid to pick up the darn phone because of robocalls. I think phone spam, excuse my language, everybody, phone spam sucks more than email spam. Email spam, at least you can delete. Phone spam, you pick up the phone and you put all your energy into the hello, because I work really hard on my hello, and to find out it's a darn computer, I get agitated. So I'm almost afraid to pick up the phone. But I got to tell you something. Lena, you make these phone calls. They don't pick up. You leave a message, and they hear a friendly voice. Hi, I'm Lena. I'm the travel professional that's putting together this awesome group that you're a part of. I am so happy you're coming. I just had a couple of questions for you. When can we talk? Do you have any friends and family I can send information to? See what I'm saying? I really think it's good. And she has written press releases, but the local newspapers think it's not newsworthy. You know what? Why don't you find out who the local business editor is? Who is in charge of writing about local business news? If you come back to me and tell me that that person who's in charge of covering local business news, say it's unimportant, you give me their phone number. Right? Because then I'll put my New York hat on. I'll say, you got to be kidding. You got somebody busting their chops in the local community. Are you biased because they work from home? Are you biased because they're a travel professional? What's your problem? Why you got to focus on the big box businesses? How about the local people who are eking it out, making a living, paying taxes, and supporting the money they make in your local community? Have a meeting with the local business editor. Take the business editor out for lunch. My goodness gracious. Okay. And Lorene said that she was excited because they needed speakers. And that was the person you met at that table. Awesome. Okay, Alina says she's from Norway. And yesterday posted a message on numerous Scandinavian Facebook groups if anyone is interested in traveling with me in a customized trip to Norway. So far, she's got 55 people interested. Wow, that's awesome. That's a destination I want to go to. In fact, when I married Kimberly almost 2 years ago, July, one of our choices for a honeymoon was Norway, perhaps to do the Norwegian fjords, and it's on our list. We didn't do that. We ended up doing a river cruise on Alma, and loved it. But good for you. Look what you're doing. You're leveraging Facebook. So I wonder, what's your next step, Lena, to build this group? Hey, everybody, what should Lena's next step be? She's got 55 people interested. What do? Is the next communication from them a sale? Here it is. It's $5,000 a person. We leave on June 12th. Are you coming? No. Now, you didn't ask, Lena, but I'm going to, because nobody else posted anything yet, which is perhaps set up a new Facebook page. Travel to Norway. Get them to like it. Get a conversation going. Either on your own site or start maybe a private group. You need to segment this group. There needs to be a reason why they want to keep talking to you. Way before you sell anything, Lena, you want to build this list. Don't sell anything, because if they see that you are out to get them, they are going to cut off communications and they're not going to come back to the Facebook group that you've set up. But maybe you send out a survey. Do it with a survey. Ask some legit, easy, simple questions, multiple choice, because people don't do long surveys. People don't like typing in stuff. And then maybe have a conference call or a webinar like this. Get a lot of information. See what's on their mind. Where do they want to go? What do they have in mind? You may learn a lot. But here's the thing. You said a key thing, Lena, and I don't know if everybody else picked up on this. You are from Norway. You are a Norwegian. That is the group leader mentality. You're the group leader, right? You're from there. You've lived there. You know the people. You know the towns. You know the beauty. You can give them an inside perspective. The word travel agent may not even have to come up. You're the group leader. You're also the travel agent. Do you understand what I'm saying? You need to have a nice launch. Soft sell. Get them interested. Get them excited. Learn from them. Position yourself as the person they want to go to Norway with. I will not go to Norway unless it's with Lena because she's from there. And we've always wanted to go. So I'd rather go with somebody I know and trust. So build that trust. Does that help? Does that work? You didn't ask me, but I'm just saying I'm excited for you because I think it's great. But A, don't start selling. Don't let it just drop. Keep the conversation going and create a new list. And only talk about Norway on that list. Maybe they're from Norway too. Maybe you'll find friends and family and distant relatives. I don't know. Interesting. Let's see here. She's going to add me to her launch strategy. Yep. Yeah. So you want me to put together a launch strategy? I am. I've been doing a lot of reading, a lot of studying on this. That's how I am. I'm doing launches on boot camp, and you're going to love this. Absolutely love it. Lena says she's setting up separate groups. Awesome. She's already put together a questionnaire on JotForm. Hey, I used to use JotForm. Good for you. That's awesome. I was one of the early adopters of JotForm. You know, I don't know if you guys know this, but I started about 6.5 years ago. I started a company called resortforaday.com. I've probably mentioned this before to you. I built it 100% from the ground up. I built websites using GoDaddy, and all of my bookings used forms from JotForm. Huge. It was awesome. And about 1.5 years ago, I sold the company. I brought on a partner. They bought it. It's an awesome company. I'm still a part owner, so please support them if you can, because every time you do, I make money. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm really not. But it's a great, awesome, great resortforaday.com. We of course we pay commissions. Hello. It's a great add-on to build into your package to a group. Or you could sell it as individuals too, but especially for groups, it's awesome. Lorene added that she meant that Lena should put together a launch strategy. I totally agree. Yeah, that's exciting. There's good stuff here. All right, let's see. Who's on? I need some new stuff to talk about. What do we got here? I know some of you just want to listen, just kind of see what we're talking about. Some of you are posting stuff. This is really great stuff. Let me see if I missed anything. Have I missed anything? No, I don't think I've missed anything. So let me ask you a question. I'm going to check the question box just a second, see if you guys had something that you wanted to share with me. Carl, who's not on right now. I want to thank Carl. Carl absolutely took a look at that Excel spreadsheet. Carl also took a look at the group agreement template that I loaded up, and he took it and he customized it. He personalized it. And I was blown away. So, Carl, if you're listening to this archived, I'm real grateful that you shared this. And I just want to tell the rest of you on right now that, you know, you're going to read this stuff. You're going to go, this doesn't work for me. Oh, this does. Or you have a new idea. Own it. Make it your own. Download it. And if you need me to tweak it for you, to give you some help with it, let me know. I don't know if you're all proficient in Excel or know just enough to make you dangerous with it. I'm pretty proficient in it, but I also know there's like Excel super users. I have some friends who are like that. I know enough to make me dangerous, but I use it heavily. So I can just plug in a number, and it's going to show you if you're making money or not. I mean, I'm simplifying it, but it's basically a mini P&L, like a pro forma. It'll help you set your prices. But I just want to thank Carl publicly for sharing that with me, contributing. And remember, you guys, everybody in boot camp, if you got something that you want to add, that you think I should add to boot camp, a bullet point, a module, let me know. I'll credit you and I'll put it in. If there's something you don't see, tell me. I'll point you out to where it is, or I'll add it. You know, I keep adding. I'm going to add this experts library with Lisa from the Destination Wedding organization, and we've got some really cool stuff coming up too. I'm working on another Ask Stuart Hour with a special guest. I don't know if you guys attended. I did one generally with Keith Lane and Alex Pinello, celebrity and Norwegian Cruise Line. Talked about groups and group rates. I did one with Isaac Simrot from Travel Insured. We talked about insurance. I've got really cool guests coming with me on a future. We don't have a date yet. I'm meeting with him next week. But he's a bigwig, and he's a friend. His name is, should I say it? Yeah, why not? Mike Going. You guys know who Mike Going is? I won't tell you what company. You tell me if you've ever heard of Mike Going, and I'll check to see if you can tell me what company he's with. But I will tell you. Nope, nobody knows? Anybody know Mike Going? Go ahead, give it a shot. Give it a shot. He's not in the cruise side. Okay, while I'm waiting to see if anybody has anything else to post, take a shot. Nobody knows Mike Going. No? All right. Mike Going is with FunJet. He is FunJet. And we're going to talk groups. If you've ever seen Mike on stage, he's awesome. He really, really, really sincerely cares about travel professionals. I only talk to, work with, invite on my show people who are as passionate for travel pros as I am. And he is. So we're gonna set up a date, and we're gonna do a show together. So of course I will let you know. And I would say like once a month I'd like to bring on a specialist in an area where I want to bring to you and really bring to the whole community as well. Let's see. Lena says, I have an idea that I've been thinking about. I want to form a group with other small companies in the local community, such as real estate agents, personal trainers, dietitians, etc. As a group, my idea is to approach companies in the area and offer lunch webinars. We can bring coffee and bagels and do a seminar on the service we offer to the company. I love it. I really love it. Basically, you're really starting a local networking organization, but with local businesses. And I think it's outstanding. I think you can each come to the table, and I know you were hesitant about the BNI thing, but networking would happen, referrals would happen. But I wonder, Lena, is this a mastermind group? Is this sort of a local business organization? Like we have tons here in Memphis. Like I've just joined the Memphis Coaches Network. Memphis Coaches Network. Okay, and so I'm amongst all these other coaches, and I'm making friends. One of them has become a real friend, a social friend. We met him last week at the Shell where we went to see a live concert, and so it's kind of cool what happens, right? What do you guys think about starting these kinds of local? Are any of you part of local networking groups, or just mastermind groups, or Toastmasters, or other clubs? You can start these yourself. You can have a coffee clutch meeting at the local Panera Starbucks Wednesdays at 1 or every other week. If you can't make it, you can't make it. You can have a low obligation kind of a group. It could be fee based, and you can bring in speakers. But I love the webinar thing or the seminar thing. The reason why I found Memphis Coaches Network is because I met a friend at a party, and she's a life coach. This is the person who I'm very good friends with now. And she said, so you're a speaker. I said, yeah. And she said, well, we're looking for guests to come speak at our lunches. We've got one in June. In fact, we just canceled it because the speaker fell through. And I said, bummer. Can you reschedule it? She said, sure. Boom. And I was there. And I made new friends. I'm networking. So Lena, I love the idea. She's asking what is a mastermind group. I'm not sure that it's trademarked. I don't really know, but certainly BNI is trademarked, and these are groups, associations. These are companies that you can't just use their name. So check out the word mastermind. I don't know, but a mastermind group, generally speaking, is where you get together, and you're literally there discussing business matters. Business matters. It's really very little to do about networking, although you help each other out. You do. But a mastermind means you come and you solve each other's problems. And you talk serious business stuff. So I don't know if you guys have ever been a part of a mastermind group. This is something I've been looking to start, actually. And you would definitely put rules and regulations about who would join. And with any club, there has to be a charter of how it works and stuff. But a mastermind is, I would sit there and say, okay, well, I have, next month I'm showing a loss, and we have this event happening, and we're having a real tough time getting liability insurance to cover this in-house event that we want to do in my store. What do you guys think? And the attorney in the group will say, well, blah, blah, blah. And the insurance agent in the group will say, well, blah, blah, blah. So it's usually, typically solving very specific issues and helping each other grow and overcome obstacles. And it's usually a small group. And it's usually of the top level, the president, the CEO of an organization. Okay? It's great. I hope that helps. And if anybody else has been a part, Sharon has posted, thank you, Sharon. Meetup.com is a popular way to join or start a group. Finding a commonality to hang out with, I can't read, with people on a friendly basis is a good way for them to get to know you and build trust. I'm glad you mentioned that, Sharon. I have looked on meetup.com so many times when I lived in New York and now when I live here, and there are groups everywhere for everything. Oh my gosh, there's a group for everything. And I've never done it. And I've always wanted to join a meetup group or start a meetup group. I didn't know if Meetup, was still popular, if it still worked or not, but what you're telling me, Sharon, is that it is. Sharon here says that meetup.com is a popular way to join or start a group. So maybe going back to the wine group situation we talked about before, I would definitely go to meetups and you can, I was just there, Sharon, it's so funny. You can actually search for groups within 2 miles, 10 miles, 500 miles, and you can put in keywords. Wine groups, wine tasting groups. I guarantee you they're out there. What a great way. But you need to state the purpose of the group. Of course, if you're going to start your own group. Are you there to sell? Are you there to help? Are you there to connect, to network? But the way Sharon is presenting it, it's finding a commonality to hang out with people on a friendly basis. And a good way for them to get to know you and build your trust, your expertise. Lena, you could do that, as a Norway, native of Norway, and that you're going to be doing regular scheduled groups once every couple of years. I know people, they could be a rabbi, could be a pastor, where they do regular trips to Israel, and they're the leader. And people wait and go specifically with them because they want to go with somebody they know and trust. They don't necessarily have had to have been born there or live there, but they go all the time, and they're the tour leader. Meetup.com is great. Anybody else here? Let's see. Sharon. I know 2 people who started groups. Make sure to follow up with frequent posts and meeting dates. Okay, I appreciate that advice. So what she's saying is that if you do end up starting a meetup group, you need to make sure you follow up with posts because people are going to be communicating and with the meeting dates. So what you're saying, Sharon, is that it's easy that if you get lazy with it, or if you procrastinate with it, or if you don't keep it up to date, and we can say that with everything, with our websites, with our Twitter, with our blogs, if we don't keep it up to date, it loses credibility, and perhaps Lena could lose those 55 people who are interested if it's not kept current. So if you do start a meetup group, it's a commitment, basically. It's a commitment. Start it with a goal in mind, clearly communicate it, and put it out there. See who comes. And maybe you can tap other groups. Say, listen, you've got a cyclist group here. You guys, cycle far and wide, but we cycle local. But maybe we could every once in a while meet and do stuff together. Strategic partnership kind of a thing. I don't know. But the key is it's got to be relevant. All right, let's see what we got. Anybody else posting here? Nobody else posting. All right, let me see what else I got for you. Hold on. Carl, we talked about Lisa, community, template. Let's see. Anybody have anything for me? Just so you know, I'm going to be producing about a 1 minute to 2 minute video clip that's going to come out every other week. It's called Group Essentials. And that's going to be for you guys and for the whole agent community because I want to build the list of people who might consider being with you in boot camp. It's called Group Essentials. Details to follow. Of course, you guys will be the first to know about it. I'm actually doing it in cooperation with a publishing company that specializes in groups. So I'm excited about that. That's going to be an additional great resource. Let's see. I want to welcome David here. He's here as a guest. Welcome. It's so cool that you're here. We're having some great, awesome conversations. I don't know when you joined us, David, but we've had some great conversations about wine groups. How do we get some last-minute people to get booked in? About how do we feel about loyalty clubs? We talked about that. That's some really great conversations. David, do you have anything to say, to ask? I don't want to put anybody on the spot. It's okay. You could come here and be a fly on the wall, all of you, or you can communicate and participate. Let me see if anybody has posted anything. We just talked about mastermind groups. We talked about meetup.com. And I want to ask a question. Who out of you all have already served as a group leader? Who out of you on the line right now, you've been the group leader and the travel agent? And if you have, What 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 was it? I'm curious. What was it that made you the group leader? That allowed you to call yourself the group leader, other than being the travel agent? Were you the group leader in your own family reunion? Were you the group leader because you have your own passion or hobby? Lena, we talked about you want to be the group leader for a group trip back to Norway. And Lorene, this group of 125, are you the group leader? Are you leading that group, or is the organization really the group and the group leader, and you're the planner? I'm just curious. Would you share? Anybody share? Sam, Sam, you have been the group leader. Sam, would you share? What was it? Did you provide any particular subject matter, courses, service? I assume you went with the group naturally. And did you perform anything other than being the agent of record? I'm just curious because this has come up a lot. A lot of agents ask me, "Well, can I be the group leader?" Of course you can. And I'm looking to add some additional modules to Bootcamp 2, even though Bootcamp is built around you helping to get the group leader to sign, how to present, how to sell, how to pick good group leaders. No, the good ones from the bad ones, and the group viability test that I sure hope you print it out and use every day, and how to get them to commit and deliver. That's huge. In fact, that came up as the biggest challenge facing travel agents today. Always, how do you get the group leader to deliver? One of the ways is with the agreement letter, of course. We've talked about this. But, what can I do if you are the group leader? What information can I help you with, or that you can tell me, share right now with me that you've done? Maybe they were big, bad boo-boos, and you want to warn the rest of us. You want to warn the rest of us not to do, so we don't fall in the same pothole. Well, what are the things that you did to make it work? Well, what are things that I can help you with? Add a new module or something like that, But I want to be inspired by you guys right now. So let me see here. Lorene says, I've taken a chef and his group on Oceania Marina. We used the Culinary Center. It was awesome. I love that. I am all about food groups. So you actually took the chef and his group. So the chef was the leader, was the celebrity or whatnot. And apparently he had a list. He had followers. And you took a group on a nice, upscale event, and you used their culinary center. Awesome. I love to hear it. Let it inspire everybody on this call. Lorene, thank you for sharing that. Lena, I have not been the group leader yet. So you want to be. You want to be. Okay? Think about this. You don't have to share it right now, but email me. Call me. If you've done all 4 weeks of boot camp, if you did all the materials, is there anything not in there that you need to know for you to be the best group leader? I mean, my goodness, in week 4, there's a document. Has anybody opened it up yet? 92 tips. Things you should never forget to do if you're escorting, if you're the coordinator, going with the group. 92 tips. Has anybody bothered to see that? I don't mean bother in being negative here, but it's a long list. Has anybody tried to look at it? And I could come up with an additional 8. I know. Crazy, right? Okay, Sam says the groups I formed were the places I wanted to visit. This is Sam talking. And I figured I wanted to visit them, then perhaps someone else would be interested, so I spent a lot of time on putting together a great itinerary and then contacting friends and family first and asking them to reach out to their friends and family. I love that too. Sam, thank you for sharing that. If there's someplace you want to go, you're aching to go to for the first time, or aching to go to again, yeah, make it the president's trip. You're the president of your own agency, and you're going. Come with me. I know an agency on Long Island I'm very good friends with. Did a lot of coaching for him, and beyond that, we're just solid friends. He's done a president's group trip for years, and it has grown gangbusters to a point where they're also doing river cruises now too. These people set the date. They go on vacation with him and his wife because they're awesome. They're social butterflies. And they feel comfort. They feel safety. It's sort of a guaranteed good time when you go with Frank and Marie. you know. So, Sam, I think it's great. And get out there and get everybody excited. And it also fulfills your passion, too. You know, good stuff. Lorene says, I've also taken a group of my high school alumni on the American Queen cruising the Mississippi. That's awesome. High school alumni on the American Queen. You know what's crazy? Mississippi River is right over there. It's about 25 minutes. In fact, we may go down there tonight. We may go down to Beale Street tonight to BB King, our favorite place on Beale, and go see my friend play the Will Tucker Band. I'm getting off subject here, but he plays some awesome blues, and we go hang out with him. He plays, he's the house band, BB King's, and the Mississippi's right there. My point is, they built a new cruise port here in Memphis. It's gorgeous, for the river cruises. I've seen the ship once it's gorgeous, but I've never taken a tour. I've never done this, and they have offices here. What am I waiting for? What am I waiting for? Thanks for sharing that, Lorene. She says it's hard work, but she learned that if you sell a group on an upscale cruise, the difference in commission is, wait, comma? C-O-M-M-A? You mean more commas? So listen, everybody. The big difference about selling a group to an upscale cruise, the commission is ginormous. Yeah. I'm thinking of getting somebody from the luxury end to do a joint Ask Stuart Hour with me. So let me ask you guys this. If I was to invite somebody who's an executive on the luxury side of things, a luxury supplier, a real bigwig, somebody you know of, you admire, who you could tell is passionate and sincere and loves travel professionals, who would it be? Tell me who I can go get, and I'll go get him or her and have him host as my featured guest, Ask Stuart Hour, and we'll talk luxury. I've really wanted to do that for a while. Lena she said she didn't hear anything about the 92 tips. That's in week 4 of boot camp, and it's a PDF download, and it's 92 things you just don't want to forget to do if you're escorting a group. Okay, you'll find it there. If you need help, let me know, but it's right there, week 4. Lorene says, my husband and I are taking the American Queen on the Ohio River at the end of the month. Awesome. Have a great time. Report back to all of us. We'd love to hear about your experience, things we should know. Lorene said, small commission, $800. Large commission, $15,000. It's the comma. It's the comma. I love it. Right? Instead of an $800 commission, it was a $15,000 commission. Oh, she's giving an example. Awesome. Hey, listen, everybody. We got 2 minutes left. I hope you've had fun here today. And my goal is that this is your agenda. The more questions I get that you either send in advance or ask right here and work back and forth, the more fun I have, the more lively I can make it. At the end of the day, I want to make this hour worth your while.